is going on, everybody? It is Craig, and I'm back with a good old-fashioned unboxing video. Admittedly, I have not been that great with unboxing, well, doing videos anyway. But I got in a couple of packages. One I got in, look at the date, to be honest. A few weeks ago, from my boy Horror Man Cave, Mr. Eric Bindle, and he definitely deserves his props. So I waited to open this until I could do it on camera. And then I also have a package from my boy Blonde Minnick at Last Chance Customs, which we'll get into that later on. But Mr. Bindle, and even though he's a douche, and how he wrote my name, that's okay. He knows what we're talking about. He honestly has been killing it with the stuff he's done. And I don't know if I have everything he's made. I know there was something he had. Oh, I didn't get his Voodoo Doll that he made with Creepshow, which was, go back, look at Stephen Barry, Stephen's Horror Craptacular, his video. It's very cool. But I think aside from that, I've gotten just about everything else that Eric has done. You know, whether it's the Piranha or the Jack Attack or what else? I'm looking in front of me a bunch of it. Extra, Dawn of the Dead. There was another notable piece though. Why can't I remember it? Piranha, Jack Attack. I don't know. And coming in the mail right now, currently, I have the Baby Crate, which is awesome. So this in here should be two pieces. Although I do see something that he threw in on top, which is very cool. And I like this. I guess it's made by I don't know if it's the name of the company or what it's called, but Underground Creatures. And I don't know how well you could see it. It looks like King Kong, but it's almost like a chess piece, like kind of that look, that motif. So this is very cool. I wonder what other ones they made in that. But thanks a lot for the freebie, Eric. I appreciate it. Which he always does. Like, he's done that every time. Teeth, some vampire teeth. I'm not going to try to put these in. I just had a tooth extracted last week, and these are tiny anyway. These are like baby vampire teeth, I guess. But, okay. So let's see what we have. We have two pieces. So I don't know which one is coming out first. Oh, this is beautiful. We have the Gremlin. And you all know where that's from. But look at that. I think it's called what? Is it Blackwash? Or, I don't know, whatever he did. Like, I know he was talking about Larry, about one of the techniques he uses. But look how badass that looks. I think he's done them in some other colors too. But this one was definitely my favorite of the ones I've seen. I'm actually watching Crown Jewel right now. So it's one of those off days from work. I was doing some grading, and I figured, let's break up grading, we'll do some cleaning. As I'm doing some cleaning, I'm opening some boxes, yada, yada, yada. So Gremlin, that's cool, very, very neat. Why can't I remember what the other piece was? The other big piece I got from him. There was, the house. Fucking, I talk about it all the time. Freaking the house, the skull from House 2. That was the other big one I got from him. Which I actually have that, well, you can't see it, but I have that sitting next to a signed John Kaiser skull and the glass container that the skull vodka that Dan Aykroyd makes comes in. Ooh, this almost got me just a bit. A little fake spider. Little fake spider. And then now we have, and this is very neat. I don't know how well you'll see it. But this actually I saw him making before I even saw the Gremlin. And you have like the little skeleton piece in there. The Blob. Which, to me, the Blob is... And yeah, you even see like the resin, I guess it dripped. It has that great effect to it. The Blob to me, and I don't know, I think it's pretty fair to say, is one of the best horror remakes, of all time, like with Matt Dillon, Shawnee Smith, Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith. But I think that's it. The rest is padding, maybe? Yep, that's all. Very, very cool. Thank you for the extra piece, Eric. And I will definitely show off the crate when it comes in. Now, moving on to the night. It's going to be a longer video. So those of you who like my videos, awesome. Those of you who like, why doesn't he shut up? I'm sorry. But I do contests occasionally to try to bridge that. So this came from Blonde Minnick, and he has all sorts of things written and drawn all over the box. some of which I get, some I don't. He was actually worried that I can't show you the top because my Addy's on there and his Addy and all that. But he has some Garbage Pail Kid stickers. Very neat. He was actually worried that it was delayed because people would be curious what he wrote. But Brian Minnick at Last Chance Customs, if you don't know, I don't know, he does, there was a cooking show back in the day. It was about, I think her name was Sarah Ree, and it was like semi-homemade. And so I think that's what Brian does. Like, Brian will take, like, figures and figure parts, and he'll Frankenstein them. I mean, he'll do scopes on heads and things like that. And he just turns out some really cool shit. And the best thing with Brian is this. And he'll tell you this himself, I imagine. Yeah, I dropped my phone. It's probably going to break even more than it is. Hold on a second. I am not a professional, so I am not going to stop the video. Yeah, don't you love that crack? That's beautiful. But that crack's been there for a bit, so. And the battery latch is on again, so all good. Okay. So the thing that's great about Brian, and I'm sure he'll fill in. Let me move the blob well away from the edge before it suffers the phone's death. One of the things is I'll give him a character. Some movies he's never seen, heard of, and he'll research it, find out what they look like, and he'll make me something. And I would say, I have dozens of his pieces. Before I even show off the ones I'll show, here's something I just have sitting around me that I've yet to hang up. This was the last one I got from him until today. You probably saw this in a previous video, the Hitchhiker from Creepshow 2. And then another one that I did have hanging up that I had to re-glue just because the packaging came off, which is fine, it happens. Reaction figures too. Look at that badass, huh? That's awesome. There aren't any Stage 5 figures out there. I know up until recently there wasn't any Creepshow 2 Hitchhikers out there. I know Modern over at Distinctive Dummies did recently do one. Oh, Brian, I'm so glad you gave me paper too, and not bubbles. Not bubbles, peanuts. I'm okay with bubbles. Bubble wrap is fine. The peanuts that are torturous. So, yes, I'm trying to stick the paper in here because there's a lot in the box. So I'm trying to not destroy the area I'm sitting in. Okay, so we have a video first. Let's see what we got. Brian was like me. He wasn't a big fan of Halloween. And I'll show you this briefly before I read it. He refers to me as Big John. Well, if I was, I would definitely be Big John. Does that make him Little John? Sorry it took so long to get this trade done. It's been a really rough. I don't know. I hope all's well. Enjoy your figures, man. It's always fun trading with you. Love you, brother. Your boy, Little John. Brian Minnick. Evil dies tonight. Jason lives. I love Brian. I do. Great sense of humor. But yeah, I can't believe I did a review of Halloween just because I needed to vent. And freaking, I got like 400 views out of it. Which for me, random movie video, I guess that shows there's a lot of people on both sides. So here's the first figure, and I haven't seen any of these. So, which means I also got to open them up, but just to see how he designed stuff, you can open and then we put them in the package. Again, a very random, unexpected dude person. I said, hey, can you make Motherface from Dude Blood Party Massacre 3? And he's like, what's that? I'm like, I'm sure I can. And yeah, I think he did a very nice job. I mean, I think he did a very cool job. The face he killed the face. I think this might have been Kirsty Swanson who played her. I vaguely remember that person. She was referenced in the movie at least. So I'm gonna have to put something in there to help her stand up better. But I guess I should do it that way. I'll just show you the face. I'll show you the figure that way. Take a look at the work on. There you go. Look at. I think you see it well. I might actually paint the hair gray myself. I usually don't do artwork on these things, but I think that'll fit a little bit better. But the hard part's done for me. That face. Very cool. And again, there's nothing out there, Dude Blood Party Massacre. And I know some of you are like, well, there's a reason for that. Well, no, go see it. It's fun. Not if you're Steven, or fucking Jordan. Cause now this next one is a very, very sort of unexpected one. A Moonstalker. Okay? And you can kind of see what the guy looks like there. This was a fun slasher flick. It's one of those movies. Oh, man, he killed this one. This one he did phenomenal. So, like I said, some of them he just knocks out the park. And if you've seen Moonstalker, you know he knocked this one out the park. That is so freaking good. I wouldn't be surprised, Brian, because I know Larry has a slight affinity for this movie, too. Even though it is a shitty movie, but you know how that goes with some movies. If Larry reaches out, because you killed that one, man. That is that might be one of my favorite things you've done. And then obviously you'll stand, well, that one's going to stand really well. I just hang up on the thing. So we got Moonstalker. We got Dude Bro Party Massacre. And here's the best part. I only remember, there's 5 figures in here total. And this last one I'm opening, this is the only other one I remember. And this is another one. This was such a fun movie. This movie was from, was it the late 2010? Or early 2010? Like 2014 maybe? I think it is. I don't want to show you what it is. I'm going to show you the figure first. I kind of want to see the figure first myself. Yeah, another really good job. Well, you did a great job. I'm going to show you the figure, see if you know it yourself. Now, you got to look at the mask. Initially someone might want to say, oh, it's a collector. No, it's not the collector. The mask could be the giveaway. It is a very fun slasher flick. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Again, unless you're Jordan or Steven, who doesn't want to watch anything that was made this century. Fender Bender. Fender Bender. Very cool. Okay. We down to 2 more figures, but then we're down to a favor. Okay, the next one is one of the favorites he did for me. And this is and he just offered this for me, man. I was having a conversation with him. This is why he's such a good guy. I wish he did a video of the box I sent him. But he's such a good guy because I just mentioned, unfortunately, Hurricane Ida, I had a lot of damage to figures. I probably had a couple of $1,000 worth of figure damage done. The positive thing there is I didn't have any figures destroyed, but I had a lot of boxes destroyed, which is where the value, where the price thing comes in. If that's not what I paid, like this, for instance, I got the Andrew figure from Shout Factory, Scream Factory, when I got the DVD box or the DVD steelbook, and that figure shot up to like $400. Unfortunately, that box got all wet, so the box is destroyed. So it doesn't have its value anymore. But to me, it's still wicked cool. All of a sudden, I'm from Boston. It's a wicked cool, man. Let's go see Nomar at the park. So he made me a new display case for it. Thank you very much for that. And again, he just offered. He's like, hey man, I can make you some cases if you want. And like, it's not something I asked for initially. It wasn't part of our initial deal. And then he also did these 2 for me. And he said he could do them like individually if I wanted. And I'm like, nah, the same backing is fine. But he made me 2 of these, 2 Demons displays, because another one of my figures, the packs that got destroyed from Distinctive Dummies, was the 2-pack Rosemary and the Pimp. And now I have these, so I'll be able to put one of each. I'll hang up together, and freaking, it'll be awesome for me. Because like I said, even though I buy stuff, and I've had sold I have sold in the past. When you got to sell sometimes. I don't do it to sell. I do it because I like the stuff, so that's a good way now I can still display it. And now we got 2 more figures, and I don't remember who they are. I am going to point you in the direction of somebody else there who is also big. Let's see, what is this? Urban. Okay, I remember this. Okay, this was a little different. Before I show you this one, Mike Tapp is also a big Last Chance Customs guy. And something Brian did. I, for the most part, only have Brian make me the small figures. The only large figure he ever did is he sort of reconfigured a Kane figure, turned into Jacob Goodnight, and put it in See No Evil packaging, which looked great. But he destroyed a figure for Mike Tapp, and by say destroyed, in the best possible way. And maybe, Brian, this is one you make me one day, because damn. But I don't want you to do that, because it should be a 1-on-1 in Tapp's collection, so take that back. But he made The Killer from Popcorn. And that's a movie that Tapp and I have gone back and forth about many times. I'll finish for it. So here we have And I have the killer from Urban Legend, Rebecca Gayheart, but here we did the killer from Urban Legend's final cut. And again, very, very cool likeness. It looks well done. Here's the packaging he did for it. So, another nice one. I have so many. Thankfully, none of my minifigures and packaging got destroyed. I have a lot hanging in display, but I definitely have in my closet a whole. There's at least 10 in some mystery box somewhere in my closet that didn't get affected by water, so I didn't touch the areas that didn't get affected to go through. And here's the last one, and again, it's a mystery to me as well. Let's see. Okay, and here's another movie. I enjoy this movie. I'm not even gonna say it's okay. I enjoy it. I enjoy it because of some of the actors in it. I enjoy it because of the I know it's weird when like Bon Jovi is a bit, whatever. But again, it looks freaking awesome. Now I said Bon Jovi, so unless you think I'm talking about Vampires 2, whatever, which I don't know if it's called Vampires 2, we have Cry Wolf. Again, all these are painted, like, he painted all this stuff, like, it's still tactile, which is fine, because he's not meant to be played with, right? What do you mean figures aren't meant to be played with? Well, these aren't. These are meant to be displayed. So, when I tell you, all you need to do is tell Brian the name of the movie, and as long as he can get screen grabs of what the person looks like, he'll bang one out for you. He will. But folks, thanks for watching the video. I know it was a long one. And I was trying to wait off to do like a 700 sub contest, because I was at like 670, just trying to get to different points. But, I probably am going to put up a contest on Halloween, and I'll have it run up to no, that's too long. Maybe up to Thanksgiving. So be on the lookout for that, because I do have a couple cool things to include in that. I do try to spread things around if I can. But anyway, thanks for checking out my video. If you made it the whole way, just because my own self in the comment section, answer who is your favorite Jim Henson Muppet? Just curious to see who actually watches all the way through. Have yourself a good one, everybody. Peace.